2, 3, 4 due up in order for Keene as we start the bottom of the 5th inning from Old Mountain Field in Kingston, Rhode Island. As Sniatinski takes the first pitch for a ball, it's 1-0. Parker is leading off, followed by Jordan Howard and Brant Stallings. As reclimbing the hill is Nick Dieva, the reliever for Ocean State. Dieva through 1 inning. Faced 3 batters, put Keene down in order as Sniatinski pops the 1-0 high into center field. Looking up at it is Ryan Blanton, and it is gone. A single-shot dinger by Parker Sniatinski to lead off here in the bottom of the 5th, and the Swamp Bats retake the lead. It's 5-4. How about that? Parker Sniatinski goes yard to center field. It looked like a pop-up. That thing just kept drifting back, and Ryan Blanton just kept running further back to the fence, and he had to kiss it goodbye. Parker Sniatinski, his 2nd homer of the year. And the Swamp Bats back in front, 5-4. Great response by the Swamp Bats after the Keene defense gives up 4 runs, and after Keene was put down in order in the 4th, Parker answers big time. That was a huge response, and now Jordan Howard up next as he takes the first pitch and misses upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Howard in this game 0 for 1. Has a stolen base in this game. Actually, excuse me, Howard 0 for 2. I was looking at the wrong batter's box. Count 0-2 to Howard as he swings on the 0-2 pitch and just fouls it off the tip of the bat, and the count remains 0-2. Howard flew out to right in the 1st, singled, and scored in the 3rd inning. Has an RBI in this game. An RBI infield single back in the 3rd, which scored Dom Euro. The 0-2. Breaking ball misses outside. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Howard. Here in the 2nd at bat of this bottom of the 5th inning, Sniatinski led off with a single shot homer before him. 5-4, Swamp Bats with the lead. Nobody on, nobody out. 1-2. Swung on, chop foul, 3rd base side. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Howard has now gotten a hit in each of his last 3 starts. Has 20 RBIs on the year. That leads the NECBL. Has that .571 slug, 6th best in the league, and then the 7 homers lead all players in the NECBL. 1-2 is chop foul back behind home plate. Count remains 1-2 to Howard. Reliever Nick Dieva has now thrown 22 pitches. 15 of those have been strikes. That homer was the first run and hit he's given up through 4 batters faced. As the 1-2 pitch is lined into center field, it drops for a base hit. Kind of a bloop single into center by Jordan Howard. His 2nd consecutive base hit. And the Swamp Bats are still in business here, I should say, in the bottom of the 5th as they get a single there by Howard. Still nobody out. Runner at 1st, and Brant Stallings up next. Stallings 0 for 2. Grounded out to the pitcher in the 2nd. Grounded out to 3rd in the 3rd inning. He had a 5-3 ground out sacrifice in the 3rd inning, I should say. So Stallings does have a ribby to his credit. Batting left-handed against the right-handed throwing Dieva, who will check Howard at 1st. Howard back safely in time. Howard does have 5 swiped bags on the year. 5 for 7. He's been caught stealing twice. Dieva coming set. First pitch to Stallings is cut on and missed, and it's 0-1 to Brant. Stallings, as I mentioned, went 2 for 4 last night against Winnipesaukee. He reached in the top of the 9th with a single with nobody out after Jordan Howard went yard in the top of that 9th inning, but Stallings was left stranded there. Keene had a little 9th inning rally going last night, fell short 5-3, as once again, Dieva will check Howard at 1st, and Howard back safely in time, but Howard, once again, taking a 2-step lead off 1st. Count 0-1 to Brant Stallings. Here comes that 0-1 pitch. It's cut on and missed, and Stallings quickly behind. 0-2. Runner at 1st is Howard. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Keene has re-grabbed the lead. It's 5-4 after the leadoff single-shot dinger by Parker Sniatinski. Stallings has 4 homers on the year, as checking Howard at 1st again is Dieva, and Howard reaches the bag in time. Grant Stallings, again, the NECBL All-Star Reserve in the outfield. He will also compete in the Home Run Derby and the 60-yard dash. It's once again third straight time that Diego will check Howard at first. And how about 4 straight check throws over to first, and Howard still back safely in time. Still looking at him now. Diego will take the sign. Count 0-2 to Stallings. Oh, Howard thought about going, but then here's the pitch, and it's fouled out of play first base side. Giving chase is Austin Upshaw. Did he grab it? Just out of play for him as he was looking up toward the bullpen fence there on the first base side, and it goes out of play. Count remains 0-2 to Brant Stallings. Stallings has struck out 27 times this year. That's tied for 7th most in the NECBL. As checking Howard at first again was the pitcher Nicholas Dieva. About 6 or actually maybe probably 7 or 8 throwovers to Howard, checking him. Howard's been dancing around there at first base. 0-2 pitch is fouled back toward the backstop, and the count remains 0-2. Keene now with 8 base hits in this game. It's after they only notched 2 against Vermont on Sunday, so quite the turnaround here for Keene this afternoon. 5-4 lead. Howard taking his lead off first again. Dieva checks over. Howard, that was a close call. Howard slides back safely in time. Dieva does have a quick pickoff throw from the pitcher's mound, so Howard has to be careful. Dieva comes set. 0-2 to Stallings. Popped straight up and out of play. Count still. No balls and 2 strikes. Going to be looking at the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Stallings on the year, 23 for 91, batting .252. 15 RBIs, 4 homers on the year. Bats .250 with runners on base. Stallings does, the 0-2. Oh, broken bat is grounded toward the second baseman Holderbach, who gloves it, and the throw to Upshaw at first goes errant. Goes past his glove into foul territory. That'll advance Howard to third. I think that's going to be an E4. E4 or E3, I do believe. We await the call, but either way, Stallings reaches first safely. That is an error. And that is an E4. So that's how Stallings will reach first. Still nobody out. Runners on the corners here for Keene. Enjoying a 5-4 lead over Ocean State, and Jamal Wade standing in. Wade 1 for 2, flew out to center in the second, has a double and a stolen base, and an RBI in this game. Got a ball stuck under the blue mesh fence out in right field. Back in the 3rd inning. Stallings at first, Howard at third, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th, 5-4 Swamp Bats with the lead. Dieva comes set, first pitch to Wade, cut on, fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Wade, that double he had was his first of the season. Excuse me, 3rd double of the season. He has 3 doubles now, 1 home run, no triples yet for Wade. The 0-1 from Dieva, cut on, foul back to the screen. Count goes 0-2. Runners on the corners, still nobody out, bottom of the 5th. So we'll have 2 more innings after this. 2 7-inning games here tonight in Kingston, Rhode Island. Home of the Ocean State Waves here at Old Mountain Field. First doubleheader of the year for Keene. They will play a doubleheader against Upper Valley 1 week from today, starting at 4:30 at Alumni Field. Now Jamal Wade will call time. Something Wade does a lot. When he's standing in the batter's box, he likes to kind of play around with his batting gloves a little bit. They are black, yellow, and red, presumably his Maryland Terrapins batting gloves. He always likes to step out of the box and just mess with his gloves for a little bit. I've seen him do it a lot in recent starts. Whatever works for him, I guess. 0-2 from Dieva. Fastball is in there for a called strike. And Wade goes down looking for the first out of the inning. Gian Martellini, the catcher, was throwing over to first after the pitch to check on Stallings, who was taking a lead off first. Stallings remains at first, and Howard's still at third. There is now one out. That's the first strikeout of the game for the reliever Dieva, and that'll bring up the shortstop Joshua Shaw. First pitch to Shaw is fouled out of play up and over the backstop, and it's 0-1. Shaw, 1 for 2, had his second base hit of the year in the second inning, had a single to left field, and struck out swinging in the third. Came into today with an .056 average, so that'll boost his numbers a little. 0-1 pitch. Fastball in there on the inside corner. Nice piece of throwing by Dieva, and it's 0-2 to Shaw. Nicholas Dieva has a .280 opponent batting average, which is third highest in the NECBL. The 0-2 pitch from him is chopped towards Holderbach at second. Throw to first. Shaw is retired, but coming in to score from third base is Jordan Howard. The second run scored of the day, so 4-3 on the RBI sacrifice by Shaw. And the Swamp Bats up 6-4. So now Stallings advances to second. He is the lone runner left on base as Howard scores from third and Shaw is retired at first. Sullivan standing in now, the first baseman. Had a good day. He's 0 for 1, has a single. Made a couple of nice plays at the first base position. Batting left-handed.
All right, runs are now under.
Dieva will take the sign. First pitch misses in the dirt. It's a ball, 1-0. Nicholas Dieva did see time against Mystic on July 9th for Ocean State. He lasted an inning, gave up 5 hits and 3 earned runs and a strikeout and 7 batters faced, a game that Ocean State lost here in Kingston by the final of 10-7. Nicholas Dieva attends Stony Brook University. This past year for Stony Brook, he made 8 appearances, 1 start, had a 7.62 ERA through 13 innings, had 14 Ks and 15 walks. 1-0 to Sullivan, cut on, popped out of play behind home plate. And the count evens to Sullivan, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, runner at second is Brant Stallings. 6-4, Swamp Bats with the lead. It was tied up at 4 in the middle of the 5th, and then the Swamp Bats answered a single-shot homer by Sniatinski to lead off in this inning. And then a 4-3 ground-out sacrifice by Josh Shaw to score Jordan Howard. 1-1, grounded up and over the pitcher's mound. Holderbach gloves it at second, throw to first to Upshaw, and Sullivan is retired. 4-3 on that putout. So in that inning, the Swamp Bats get 2 runs off of 2 hits. There was an error, and 1 runner left on base after 5 innings. Swamp Bats 6, Ocean State 4. This is Swamp Bat Baseball on FM 104.1, AM 1220, ESPN Keene.